Couples Court with the Cutlers.
Good day. This is the case of Jones versus Jones. You've been married 2.5 years and together 6 years?
Yes. Yeah.
But the most interesting part is there's a 25-year age difference, correct?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Jones, I ain't mad at you. You do you. I like that. Why are we here, Mrs. Jones?
Well, we're here today because I believe my husband's cheating on me and I have the physical evidence to prove it.
Oh, boy.
I'm not cheating.
Just straight up, I'm not doing it.
cheating. I'm not cheating. I don't know. Everything was all right. Every time she just think I'm cheating. Every time I go in and out, I'm cheating.
All right.
I don't mind if you go out. That's not the problem. The problem is when you go out and you stay out for a day, for 2 days, you don't come back. Like, you know, and then I'm calling you and you don't answer your phone.
Yeah, I be in the area where I live at. I don't be like in a park, sitting in the
Oh,
park.
my God. 3 o'clock in the afternoon to about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Who does that? And why you want me to believe you in the park all that time? No.
Okay, let
No,
me ask you
something's
this.
wrong.
Has this always been the case? When did this start? Because I
This
can't believe y'all been together
started
8 years.
About a year ago.
What is the current status of your relationship?
Right now, we're on the rocks. We're on the rocks because I can't deal with him being in the streets like that. I can't deal with it.
So what's at stake? I mean,
Yeah, when you say you can't deal with it, what does that mean?
Meaning,
Yeah.
if I find out he's cheating on me, that would be the last straw. Right now, I could try to kiss him. He turned away, if I try to hug him, he don't want me hugging him.
Your
Like,
Honor,
come on. I have to beg him to have sex. It's too
how long you had to
too
beg
much.
him to have sex?
Now, that's been going on for at least a year and a half.
Your Honor,
So,
why would I have sex with her and she say I'm cheating every day? Every day she say I'm cheating. I'm cheating every day. I'm
So
tired of
what
that.
do you
I
think I'm
can't-
gonna think
I
if
can't-
you're not having sex?
When you were happy, when it was good, tell me what that looked like. So we can have a comparison here.
When we first met, it was, oh my gosh. He was like a jackhammer. All right? Now,
you see that smile? Look at her. As soon as you said that, she just
dimples?
smiled
I
and
didn't even know she
smiled.
had dimples till then.
back when we was first going out, you know, he used to take me places.
Your Honor.
We used to go to the
Hold on.
movies. I mean, when we first met, it was love at first sight for me.
Me too, Your Honor. Me too.
I just was walking, you know, I was going somewhere, and I saw him. And even though he's not my age or in my age range, or maybe the cutest looking guy, he's not. But when I saw him, I was attracted to him. And I felt as though, like, oh man, look at him. I see myself with him. And I went up to him and I talked to him.
Look
and
at that.
we, you know, we was talking and we exchanged numbers, and we have been inseparable from that day.
And it's still like that, Your Honor. Even though
Okay.
we're
You
going
know-
through that, I still stay there. I
Hey,
still
but
you're
stay.
doing
All right?
wrong
I'm still
things and
around.
that
I'm
hurt
still
me.
here.
So, Mr. Jones, how did you feel? You have this beautiful young lady take the first step. You know, women don't always take the first step.
That's
I
correct.
mean, that's
I,
not the
for me,
whole-
I had to work, I had to work, you know. So women don't always take the first step.
Who said I love you first?
He did.
The first time that I made love to her, it was real special. Her mother got a house, a big house, right? I had to play like I was hurt to stay there for the weekend. I told her something happened to me. I stayed there. We made love. I was in love ever since. And this ain't start happening till she starts saying I cheat. When the cheese came in, that's when I start acting crazy. Because I'm not doing it. So when you get accused of something, how you feel? And you ain't do it.
Yeah, you know
You ain't
when
do it, how you feel?
You're
you know
trying
when
to
a man
That's the problem.
remembers the first time he makes love to you, that's huge. And it clearly, you feel this woman. I can tell.
Love her.
But you're not feeling that right today.
No, I
That's the
really
problem.
feel unloved.
That's the problem. It's
Okay.
Like he
It's
said,
her.
he
And
thinks
you've
that
opened-
I
It's
fall
not
out of
me.
love with him. I feel like he fell out
It's
of love
her.
with me.
It's
Maybe
her.
because after the baby, I got bigger. I was not always like this.
Well,
look
you
good.
know, Fluffy Girl still
That's
got
what I'm
it.
saying.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
like him like that.
Fluffy girl still got
I like him like that. You know, I like him like that. I like him like that.
All right, so-
I like him fluffy.
But even though he is saying and professing his love very clearly here, you aren't feeling the love and you brought this love suit,
Yeah.
because you think he's cheating. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell me specifically why you think he's cheating.
As of today, I think he's cheating because we are hanging out. He's hanging with his friend. His friend has his girlfriend, and I'm with him. Let's go in the park and drink and smoke cigarettes and talk. And I guess they wanted to just catch up. And so the girl that he has, she gets up, she wants to go to the store. As we go and walk into the store, we get out the park, she's gonna tell me how her and him was kissing and how he wanted to get with her sexually.
But I didn't know that was her friend. That was, we was just boyfriend and girl.
Okay, wait. Hold up. You didn't know that it was her friend?
No, that wasn't my friend, that was your friend's girlfriend.
She told me you know her.
Wait. Does that matter?
Yeah, what difference does that make?
I mean, y'all been together 8 years. Were you kissing her 8 years ago? Has this always been the case? You thought he was cheating?
No, in the beginning, he was always with me. He's been, like, not once but twice, the same girl and the same guy he brings into my home.
No.
The first time he brought his friend into our home about 3 o'clock in the morning. I jumps up. His friend and this woman, he won't even let me approach the woman because you know what I'm about to say. Excuse me, how did you know my husband? How did you get in here? What's going on right now?
Right.
He wouldn't let me go near this girl.
Okay, let me ask you this, Mr. Jones.
I don't do that.
All right.
If you've got your friend and his woman in your house, why would it be a problem then for Ms. Jones to just go and say, who is this and why are you here? Why would that be a problem?
I can tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. You tell me if I'm right. She came out the bedroom and jumped bad. And he was like, oh, wait a minute, let me keep you.
That's the type of person she is.
Yeah, and so he was trying to keep her from getting into a physical fight with this woman.
So if my friends are over at the house, that's what you're gonna do? You're gonna wake up in the morning and just jump bad immediately?
No, because I got you better trained than
I try to do it like this. Since it's late, I know she's in the room with the baby. I try to settle them in, and then as I go inside...
That was one of your late nights when you didn't even answer the phone
See,
when you
let me
came in, and you won't... That was one of the
When
nights.
I go in, I go in the room and tell her.
Do you believe he slept with that woman in your home?
I did not, Yana. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Okay, that's wrong.
And we come from the Bronx.
And?
You know that's considered to be the hood.
And?
So...
I don't think
That's
so, but
how
go
they
ahead.
get down.
No, everybody don't do that.
Before I've had my
Everybody don't
baby,
do that.
I've been a wild child.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
not
yeah.
proud of it.
Let's talk about that.
I'm not proud of it.
talk
I've
about
been a
that.
wild child, and I know how they get down in the Bronx. And yes, it'd be men, sometimes 3 and 4 men.
Oh.
1 or 2 girls. So I know how they get down. So
that's why they call it the Boogie Down Bronx.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I wear the crown.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, that explains that. What else you got?
I check his phone, and I smell his private.
Yeah, yeah.
You smell his privates.
So-
I heard you
yeah.
say you smell his private.
That's
Yeah,
not
when I
good.
get to
Okay,
the door.
wait, Mr. Jones. Wait,
Drop him.
Yeah.
is that for real?
Every day, every time I go outside.
Okay, Miss Jones, as soon as he hits the door,
Right the door.
you say drop him.
Drop him.
And you're
And you
smelling
do
his
it.
private.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
And I made sure that
Wow.
he's not around.
That's not cool.
Ron!
That's not cool, Your Honor.
Ron, is this just us?
Your Honor, that's not
Not
cool.
my world.
Not your word. Okay.
Your Honor, one day I came home, right, and like I said, you know, I gotta get the smell when she come, right? She said I smelled like sex. She went crazy, burnt all my new clothes. I just bought everything. She went in the back and went crazy on them. I got the proof right here.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Miss Jones.
What
Did
about
you
that?
did you do what he's saying you did?
Shit.
Yes, I did.
That's what? Straight out of Waiting to Exhale, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't have words for this one.
Ms. Jones, okay, but you talk about him being gone for long periods of time. I'm beginning to understand just maybe why he's at the park for such a long
No,
period
but
of
Your
time.
Honor, you
Yeah.
got it wrong.
Thank
He loves to start arguing.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
No,
Wait.
no,
Hold on.
I got
I'm on a mission.
No, I got
I'm on a
this.
mission, man. I'm
Okay,
on a
wait.
mission. I'm on a mission. I gotta
Okay.
ask this. Do you have any other circumstances?
Yes.
All right.
I told you about the text messaging with the woman saying, come over.
No,
He
you didn't
said-
tell us about that.
Yeah. Well,
Your
there was a
Honor,
text message.
that was-
the woman was
Hold
saying,
up.
come over. He texts back, I'm here.
That was not my
She
phone.
gets down and she
That
gives
was
him
my
the
nephew's
bell number
phone.
and all that. And then he's gonna say, oh no, that wasn't for me.
That was my
That
nephew's
was for
phone.
my nephew. My
I got a
nephew's
nephew,
girlfriend. Well, your nephew got his own smartphone. What's going on? Why are you using your phone?
I was holding his
Jones?
phone for him.
No, please.
He's gonna come and get it later. He told me to hold it till he come back.
Why? No, Mr. Jones.
No.
I can
That's
tell.
a no.
No,
I'm
Mr.
black.
Jones.
Honor.
Mr. Jones, you'd have been better off
Yeah.
telling me a unicorn gave you that phone. So
Well, I didn't do it.
I just want to be sure that what we had, the only thing we have, you ain't got nothing else to tell me, is the text messages.
No, there's something else.
Come on.
Yes, there I found earrings, dollar earrings at that. And he found it, talk about he
I
going.
found it.
It was
Okay.
in my bedroom. And also I found like this scrunchie that had like diamond rhinestones. I didn't never buy that.
That was
I
hers.
mean, it looked cute. I would have
That
bought
was
it.
hers.
But I didn't buy it.
Your Honor.
Dude.
Your Honor. Can I speak, Your Honor? Can I speak?
Yes, I want you to
Your Honor,
speak.
I swear, in the Bronx, you found stuff on the floor. When I was
On the
walking
gr-
by,
on the ground?
It was at nighttime. I was walking by, seen something.
It was
shine.
not nighttime.
I picked it up. I put it in my pocket. I thought it was gold. I asked her, I said, you think this real? When she looked at the earring, where you get this from? Ah, she going crazy and everything like this. I said, Dad, I shouldn't even sell it. I thought it was gold. I ain't gonna lie. I put it, you know. and
How
then-
could you think something
then-
that's already turning is gold?
It didn't look.
Okay,
I didn't
so
see the turn. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. It looked real to me.
But Mr. Jones, you didn't walk in and say, honey, I found this gold earring. At some point, it was discovered, and then you told her that.
Yeah.
Mr. Cutler, I think we've heard enough. I think we have heard enough.
Your Honor.
Okay, so you got the woman in the house at 3
Constant
a.m.
disrespect, yes.
You claim he was kissing a woman friend in the park.
Yes.
You've got text messages.
And that he admitted to that one.
You've got him coming home smelling like,
He smelled like sex. Because she smelled his private parts. We can't leave that out.
okay.
That right there is rich.
You've got the dollar earring that you found on the floor.
Yeah.
Do you realize how serious this is?
No, he doesn't.
And so far, your explanations have not been holding water.
No sense.
So, if it turns out that these allegations are true, do you realize she's gone?
Your Honor, it might sound wrong, but I didn't do none of this stuff.
Ms. Jones, will you be able to put it aside and move forward and never
Yes.
speak on it again?
I would say, I'm so sorry. I'll get on my knees. I will beg for your forgiveness if this is not true.
Y'all didn't do nothing.
You ain't do nothing. All right, well, when them test results come
Yeah,
back,
we'll
let's see if you
talk-
ain't do
yeah,
nothing.
Well, in order to get to the bottom of this court has ordered a polygraph examination. And we have the results.
The court has engaged the services of licensed private investigator Todd Redding. Ron, would you please escort Mr. Redding into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor. You should have the seat right here, sir.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Now, part of your team consists of polygraph examiners, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Redding, Mr. Jones was asked between May 2016 and June 2016, did he have sexual intercourse with a woman who was in the apartment at 3 a.m.?
That's correct, Your Honor.
What was his response to that question?
His response to the question was no.
What did the polygraph exam show?
The lie detector examination determined that he was being truthful.
Yeah.
You're smiling. That make you feel better?
Yeah, because she was in my home, and that's just like the ultimate disrespect if anything was to went down.
See?
Hold on. Don't get ahead of yourself. We got another question.
Yeah.
We have another question. Mr. Jones was asked, since being married, has he had sexual intercourse with anyone else?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And what was his response?
Your Honor, his response to the question again was no.
All right. What did the polygraph reveal?
The lie detector examination determined that he was also being truthful.
I see tears in your eyes.
I got to come wait. Ain't
Tears of joy?
Yeah.
All right, what you gonna do, sister?
See?
What you getting ready to do?
I'm so sorry.
You need to go over there, girl.
I'm so sorry. I beg your forgiveness. I'm so sorry. I'm
All right,
sorry.
bring it in, bring it in.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, you making it clear right here with everybody.
See?
You gonna stop smelling him, right?
Yes.
That's first.
That right there is got
Yes.
to stop.
Tell her that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stop
All right.
that first, because I'm
Yeah.
tired of dropping my pants, man.
All right. All right. Now, the flip side of that, Mr. Jones, is you can't give her a reason to want to do that. All right. Now, I like parks as much as everybody else. Okay. I
a
like
ticket
spending time in the park.
now.
I like going to the park. But you can't spend 8, 10 hours a day in the park
Right.
avoiding going home. So it's a two-way street. You have to not give him a reason not to want to come home, and you got to go home. It's as simple as that.
Thank you so much.
And this court has resources so that you both can figure out how to do what you do to be successful.
Good luck to both of you, and as we say in this court, don't cheat yourself out of the chance for a good relationship. Court is adjourned.
Thank you.